All right. Hi, Desert Church. So good to be with you today. I'm here with my friend, Pastor Aaron Levy, author of Proverbs 31 Daily Drips of Wisdom. And we have been talking about not just the book of Proverbs, but talking about the resource and the tool that this book is to come alongside the study that we're looking at. And Aaron, one of the things that Proverbs kind of self proclaims is that there are benefits. One of the series titles we were throwing around was the good life. Like Proverbs says that there is benefits to walking in wisdom. And so I guess my question for you would be when you consider the benefits you've seen in your own life of that pursuit of wisdom, the benefits you've seen in people's lives that you admire, you would say, I look at this person, that's an example of a wise man, a wise woman. What are some of the things that you've recognized over the years in your pursuit and watching those that model wisdom well?
Yeah, that's a great question. One of the first things that comes to mind is Proverbs 1, verse 5, where it says, the wise hear and the understanding obtain guidance. And that's kind of the opposite of what the culture around us proclaims is that, hey, if you're the wise person, you're going to have all the answers. If you understand, you're just going to be answering all the questions. But Proverbs is saying, you're wise if you're asking questions. And I recognize that we all have unanswered questions. So it's about asking questions to people that are further along in the journey than us and are in the journey. So, for example, I'll be married 16 years. But Dr. Willie Jones and Raquel, they've been married now 30 years. So they can help Erica and I on some of the complexities of marriage just from experience. So you're going to learn from wisdom or you're going to learn from consequence. So if I'm trying to be a better husband and I fell along the way, I can learn wisdom from my failure. But I can actually learn wisdom and avoid unnecessary failure by just asking other husbands that are farther along in the journey. I want to parent well. So I have to ask people that have preteens, hey, am I the only dad that is having these questions or going through that? So the thing about having unanswered questions, but saying them out loud, one of the things I found is the benefit of knowing that I'm not the only one. And I don't have to figure this out myself. So Proverbs says, in the multitude of counsel, there's safety. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get your exact answer, but now you feel safe enough to know we're in this together. So some of the benefits that I found is, hey, I'm not going to be in isolation. I'm going to stay in my oikos because when I ask these questions, I'm safe enough because other people are grappling these things. But there's some actual real life experience and tools from scriptures that we can apply to new events in our lives, but they're not new for people in our lives that we do life with.
That's great. I love that. Yeah. When you think about that sense of the community, and I love that's been really apparent in all of our conversations has been that idea, Aaron, that you've really leaned into. We're not called to be lone rangers. We're not called to pursue Jesus. One of our pastors will constantly remind us most of the verbs in the New Testament letters are you all, that we typically interpret as you singular. About me, it's like us, and so I love that reminder and that beautiful thing of why God has given us community, why he's given us a fellowship that we would grow together, pursue God, pursue wisdom together. And it's not just up to us. And I love how your answers have continued to demonstrate that's a very keen part, I think, of obviously of who you are and the way you lead. And I love that. And again, back to the book, each day having those discussion questions that, yes, someone could reflect on by themselves. But like I told you before we started today, I'm excited to go over this book with my daughter. And the goal is to daily have a great conversation about what we're pursuing, what we're learning about wisdom and what that looks like in our lives.
Yeah, I greatly appreciate that, and I couldn't agree more. One of my deepest motivations for writing this devotional with discussion questions is Proverbs 18:1. He who isolates himself rages against all wise counsel. He only desires what's in his own mind. So that's a paraphrase of it, but it's all about community. Solomon and a group of others are writing these proverbs, thinking about the next generation. So it's so cool to hear that you're going to be doing that with your daughter, because I'm doing the same thing.
Oh, that's so great. Awesome.
Yeah,
Aaron, thank you so much, man. It's been so good getting to talk to you. I love the book. It's such a great resource. Excited for our church family to get a copy, go over it together in their family, in their small groups with people from their oikos, whatever they're going to do. I know it's going to be a great blessing to them. So thanks again so much for not only taking time to talk with us, but thank you for the resource that is going to just be such a great help to us.
absolutely. Love you and love your church.